Hi, this is Nancy Thompson, your 8 Weeks to Wellness Director at the Springfield Wellness Center. Nutrition is a huge component of the 8 Weeks to Wellness program. And although in our 8 weeks we encourage you not to indulge in too much processed or packaged foods, it's still a reality in our culture and our life that we're going to have to be confronted with packaged foods. So I wanted to review a couple rules and pointers when you're at the grocery store and you're looking at packaged foods, what to look for. And when you're looking at a package, I don't know about you, but I look at the bold claims, 100% whole grain. I often get attracted to something that says 100% organic or all natural. Well, not until I learned that stuff really means nothing. Food product companies can make a lot of claims that aren't substantiated. And what I learned is that the first rule, and this really comes from Jeff Novick, a registered dietitian who does a lot of training in understanding food packaged, and nutrition facts, is that never believe anything on the front of a package. We've got to look at the small print, the nutrition facts, and the ingredient lists. So that's what I want to cover today, the ingredient list. There's 3 things you need to look for. Ignore what the front of the package says because it can be very misleading. With you looking at the ingredients, that's the first place to look at. The first consideration is, does it say if it's got a grain in it? Is it whole grain? If it's a bread item or a cracker or something that, even if they claim it's good for you on the front of the package, we need to look to see if it's whole. If it's a whole wheat or whole oats, whole brown rice or whole, needs to be part of the description if it's a grain type of product. The second thing to consider is the added fats. They can be disguised quite often in the ingredient list, but what you really need to pay attention to and then probably avoid are the fats that are called partially hydrogenated, any type of partially hydrogenated fat, trans fat, esterified fats, anything that's hydrogenated, whether could be soy, corn, coconut, anything like that's been altered, is very damaging to our arteries and to other functions of the body, and we need to avoid those. So if you are trying to improve your health, we want to avoid those type of fats that are going to damage your health not just acutely, but over time. The third thing on an ingredient list is added sugars. The food companies have gotten really clever in spreading out the added sugars to foods. That might be, we're all familiar with the possible dangers of high fructose corn syrup, but then it also can be fructose sweeteners, dried cane syrup, every type of sweet, even if it's honey, just good old cane sugar, regular sweeteners, and certainly added artificial sweeteners. They can spread those out in the ingredient list, and something can actually end up containing quite a bit of sugar. It might not be all high fructose corn syrup, but we've got to be aware of what those are. And if any of those sweeteners are in the first 3 ingredients of an ingredient list, again, I wouldn't choose that product because it's going to be mostly sugar, a sugar substitute or a sugar alternative. So they still all have the same effect on the body, and we want to avoid those at all costs. So those are the 3 things. Make sure it's whole, avoid the trans and the hydrogenated fats, and watch out for all those added sugars. And we'll review the actual nutrition facts next time. This is Nancy Thompson with the 8 Weeks to Wellness program. If you found this helpful, please share it.